Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Today I'm going to talk about the 7 life goals according to soul psychology, this beautiful framework of self-knowledge that can really help you improve your life and relationships. So let's get into it. What is your life goal? This is the primary motivator of your life. What influences your choices, your actions, even your challenges. So basically, this is what you are here to master or work on over the course of a lifetime. Depending on your maturity and your self-awareness, your goal can manifest in more constructive ways or destructive, like the positive and negative. It's all spectrum. So let's start with the first goal, reevaluation. This goal is all about slowing down experiences to integrate, to heal, which can lead you to a very introspective life. This goal is usually chosen by your soul after many lifetimes of accelerated growth and too many experiences. So this goal helps you process and slow down and kind of like focus on the essentials. Sometimes, but not always, people in reevaluation tend to have some chronic illnesses or very rare or genetic disorders that really prompt them to be more still, to have a quiet life, to have other people around to support them so they can really focus on living their very rich introspective lives and process their experiences from maybe other past lives. So the theme here in reevaluation is simplicity, going back to the essentials, minimalism, to reflect deeply through limitation or reduction, knowing that certain physical limitations or emotional limitations are not necessarily bad, but they help you highlight other aspects of your being. That could be your imagination, your psyche, your dreams, visions, psychic abilities. So this goal, when the person is acting from fear or limiting beliefs, looks like withdrawal and isolation and fear of action, feeling stuck and resentful with life or others. On its highest expression, when the person is choosing with love, it tends to present itself as deep clarity, presence, and essence-driven living. And here you have some celebrity examples and fictional characters that to me represent reevaluation. Now we have the goal of growth. This goal seeks expansion and new experiences and views life as a journey of discovery. Tends to be adventurous and eager to explore, sometimes thriving on challenges, pushing boundaries. By the way, this goal is not about constant action, like doing 1,000 things, 1,000 hobbies, or traveling to all places. People in growth simply tend to extract meaning from experiences, see the why of things, of people, of knowledge. So even if they are not traditionally going on adventures, they are very imaginative and asking questions and extracting that meaning and purpose from life. So basically, growth is all about personal evolution, expanding your awareness, and evolving through those experiences and aha moments. And on its highest expression, it gains a lot of wisdom and it's adaptable and has deep insights. And when it's operating from fear, there is this dissatisfaction with life, this overwhelm or escapism. And here we have some celebrities and characters that embody growth. Now we have the goal of discernment. So this goal is about refining your choice-making process, learning to make wise choices and see what's truly valuable and healthy. This goal seeks to understand the underlying motivations behind actions, the motivations of people, and learns to balance their desires with practicality. So a stereotypical example of this goal is someone that they are saying no all the time, that has very firm boundaries or it's very refined. Like think of Miranda Priestly from The Devil Wears Prada. They tend to be very analytical and precise and detail-oriented. It's because they are learning to say yes through saying no. I don't know if that makes sense. These people tend to be very selective with their interests and values. So on the highest expression of this goal, we can see this clarity and self-worth and precision and high standards. And on its negative pole, it's the typical over judgmental person, super critical, super harsh. As you can see, discernment is about refinement of choices, and sometimes it tends to be chosen after lifetimes of lots of growth, lots of experiences, so you can kind of like pick what matters most. And here are your celebrities and characters. Now we have the acceptance goal. This is about learning to accept different choices, yours and everyone else's, with an open heart, with clarity, which fosters unity and openness and togetherness. This goal learns to let go of preconceived notions about life, about other people, and practices forgiveness both for themselves and for others. You learn to embrace others just as they are. And by the way, this goal doesn't mean you are condoning or excusing or justifying harmful behavior. You simply are aware that all of these experiences exist, that everyone is valid in some way. They are teaching you something. And that acceptance is what can create forgiveness, can bridge differences, and create more unity. On its highest expression, this goal is agape, is compassion, is diplomacy, is openness. And on its fearful state, this goal manifests as people-pleasing, ingratiation, trying to keep the peace at the expense of truth and accountability, making excuses for others, justifying wrong actions, deep fear of rejection, and indecisiveness. Basically, this goal is about learning to embrace yourself as you are, embracing others right where they are at, embracing life as it is. And here we have some examples. Now, the goal of surrender. This is about finding where you are needed the most, where you are effective with your skills, finding purpose in dedicating yourself to a cause, to a person, to a collective, and support all these people, all these experiences. Of course, surrender is not to be interpreted as defeat or weakness. People in surrender learn to let go of the need of control and embrace humility and compassion in their interactions. So the core drive of these people is to support something outside of themselves. And on its highest expression, this goal manifests as that loyalty to a cause, dedication, service, devotion. And when it's fearful or projecting limitations, there is a lot of self-neglect, some self-sacrifice, codependency, and martyrdom. And here we have some examples of surrender. Now, the goal of influence. So, if surrender was about finding where you are the most needed, people in this influence goal develop those leadership qualities to guide and empower others and enable them to thrive where they are most needed and effective. So you cultivate confidence and the understanding of the responsibilities that come with authority. You aim to inspire others to reach their potential while also maintaining your own sense of direction. So, on its highest expression, these people tend to be very empowering and dedicated and confident. They know how to organize others. They are go-getters. They tend to be the type A kind of person. And on its lowest expression, they are basically control freaks and bossy and authoritarian. But of course, the theme of this goal is to take responsibility and lead others as a way of helping them shine in what they are good at with their skills and talents. And here you have some examples. And last but not least, the goal of flow. This goal learns to live with flexibility and spontaneity and presence, adapting yourself to the ever-changing circumstances of life, trusting yourself through all of it, trusting life, trusting your essence, your guides, your people, whatever it is, but there is lots of trust with this goal. And you learn to allow things to happen organically rather than forcing outcomes, embracing this uncertainty and mystery of life, enjoying the present moment. Paradoxically, many people with this goal tend to struggle with flow. That's why it's called a goal. It's something we aim at. It's not like we come into this lifetime having mastered this goal. We're here to practice that. When people with this goal operate from immaturity or fear, this goal looks like apathy and passivity and resistance to commitment, inflexibility, or control issues too. But on its highest expression, this goal carries a lot of peace and trust in the universe and effortless action. Think of manifesting things out of thin air sometimes because you are in the flow of life. You're trusting your instincts and intuition. You're learning to experience life without resistance. And if there is resistance, you still find that it can help you in some way. You are in touch with your being. There's a lot of beingness here, ease and non-attachment in a healthy way. And here you have some celebrities and fictional characters. Now let me ask you, what goal do you relate to? Maybe you can recognize these goals in people you know or other celebrities and your favorite book characters. And if you have any other questions, please leave them in the comments below. And I'll see you on my next video on this soul psychology series. Thank you so much for watching and have a beautiful, beautiful day. Love you. Bye.